Welcome to Leveling Survey class. Today we are going to learn about rise and fall method. Rise and fall method is one type of method that are used in calculation of reduced level. Okay, according to my example that I have given above, you are going to see that there are some of the basic concepts that you will have to note down. One of the basic concepts you'll have to know is after you set your machine, the first reading you take after setting up your machine is always known as the backside reading. And before you close your machine or transfer the machine from one place to another, the last reading you always take is known as foresight reading. Okay, all the readings that you take between the backside reading and the foresight reading are known as the intermediate readings. Yeah, and when you transfer the machine from one point to another, always remember that the first reading you normally take is always known as the backside reading. So according to the example provided above, we have how we are going to solve the question using the rise and fall method. You must draw a chart. The chart, you are going to indicate the station, the backside reading, the intermediate side reading if provided, the foresight reading, the rise, the fall, the reduced level, and the remarks. Okay, starting with the stations, you have got 4 stations. You have got station A, station B, station C, and station D. In the backside reading, I have told you that you should always remember after you set your machine, the first reading always taken is known as the backside reading. So in our station A, the backside reading for our station, when the station was set at leveling at L1, the backside reading was recorded as 2.545. Then according to our example, there are no intermediate readings taken. So the last reading that the observer read from station A, it was 2.140. So that's a foresight reading which he took on station B. Then after he set the machine again at L2, and the first reading he or she took was 2.340, which is a backside reading, and the last reading he or she recorded was 1.950, which was a foresight reading at station C. Then he later set the machine again at L3, and the first reading he or she took was 1.435, which was a backside, and the last reading he or she took was 2.150, which is a foresight reading. So according to our example, there are no intermediate readings. All the readings that he or she recorded was a backside and a foresight reading. So after you get your backside readings and your foresight reading, you'll have to calculate whether there is a rise or a fall. To calculate the rise, you take the backside reading, you less the foresight, the immediate foresight reading. So when it's a negative, it's a fall. When you get the value as a positive, it's a rise. For example, when you deduct 2.545 and 2.140, it's a positive, so that's a rise. And our last example for a fall, when you deduct 1.435 and 2.150, it's a negative, so you get it's a fall. Then from there, you are going to calculate your reduced levels. The reduced level for the benchmark, it's always provided, it's always known. So you are given that it was 100.00. So to get the reduced level, when it's a rise, you add. So it's 100.00, you add the rise, which was 0.405. Then when you get your reduced level as 100.405, you add 0.390, you get the reduced level as 100.795. Then you less 0.715, you're going to get 100.080. So to know whether the rise and fall method is correct, or to know whether you have gotten the correct reduced levels, you check. There is an arithmetic check whereby you are going to have summation backside. So you add all the backside, you add all the foresight, you add all the rise, you add all the falls, and you take the last reduced level and the first reduced level. So you are going to take summation backside was 6.320 when you add all of them. When you less the summation foresight, the answer that you get when you less summation backside minus summation foresight is supposed to be equal to summation rise minus summation fall, which is also supposed to be equal to the last reduced level you less the first reduced level. So when you do those, when you less the figures, it's supposed to give you the same value, which makes you to know that you have done the sum correctly, and the answer you're going to get